Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
The Sphere Network. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today at advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Elite Dental Wellness. At Elite Dental Wellness, Dr. Ashandra Batiste understands that one of the biggest obstacles is dental fear. The vision at Elite Dental Wellness is to ensure every patient is treated with respect, ultimate care, patience, and love. Call us today to make an appointment at area code 713-789-8680.
What's going on, y'all? Happy Thursday. Welcome to another edition of Soul Food. Of course, it is your girl, Miss Sarah. I am here to give you all the good little soul food ingredients that is going to feed your soul, baby. I am out here, girl on the ledge, girl all alone. No, really, I'm having a bow, baby. You know why? Because it is me up in this piece holding it down for my other two lovely co-hosts, Mr. Goodbar and Mr. JFJ. But don't fret. We have a guest. And guess what, y'all? He ain't never been here before. Can you imagine that? I don't know why. But he's here now. And it is none other than the CEO, founder of the Sphere Podcast Network, Mr. Garry Lee, y'all.
What up, Soul Food fans? How y'all living out there? This is G. Hawkins coming at you live and in charge. Thank you so much, Miss H.E.R, for allowing Miss Sarai for allowing me to be. Thank you so much. Let me get it right.
Nobody gets my name right, man.
But of course, you can find me anywhere online. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z. And just enjoying myself, man. Happy to be here in a place where we're getting authentic. We're getting the realest, the music that people often miss when it comes to great neo soul, great R&B. Right, rhythm and blues, the jazz, and it's sometimes even throwing in a little sprinkle of gospel, a little sprinkle of Jesus in there. I'm just saying, we might do a PJ joint one time. We might do a little something. Once again, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be in the building.
Look, finally.
He
been a little salty, y'all, because you know.
I was. That Masego? Yo. I felt some type of way for Masego.
And you're the one who
and I was so
it.
hype. That was it. Yeah. But once again, thank you so much. Thank you for allowing me.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Cool.
So, usually Good Boy does this part, but I'm going to try to hold it down, y'all. And I'm going to do it in the only way that Miss Sarah can. You know it's going to be funky. So, what we're going to do first is kind of see what G. Hawkins, what G. Hawkins feels about music and soul food, because he's a co-host of That Boom Bap, which is hip hop, but this is R&B.
This is R&B. Let me tell you.
What is your feeling about R&B?
So
what do you love?
When I first fall in love with R&B music, right? When I first do that, I think it was Mary J. Blige. What's the 411? Right? I remember this was the first. This was the first CD I ever purchased.
The remix.
First CD ever. And I remember. I don't remember what the name of that learning is, where you learn while you're sleeping. But I was playing that album so much that I remember one day waking up, I knew all the words to every song.
Absolutely.
Because I listened to it to fall asleep at night and wake up. I've literally played that album at least 200 to 300 times.
Bless you.
I grew up in that era. That What's the 411? Like, that was my stuff.
That Grand Pooba.
Come on. That's when I fell in love with R&B. And then from there, it was on to Summer Bunnies Drive You Crazy. I mean, I was all over the R. Kelly and Public Announcement. I was all over Troop. I was anywhere and everywhere R&B music could be found. Shout out to Tevin Campbell. Shout, everywhere that we had, of course, Donnell Jones. Like, these were people that really spoke to my spirit.
I was with the New Jack Swing myself.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
the Black Streets, the Silks.
Yes.
I mean, the H.E.R. I remember standing in circles back in high school trying to. You better do it. Ooh, da da do, do do. Come on. So that's where I grew up at, right? So just the idea of wanting to bring this show to the network, it always spoke to my spirit, because deep down inside, I was much more comfortable. And for those that are tuned in right now via iTunes, or you're listening in your car on Spotify, sometimes you're much more comfortable in a particular lane. And for me, that lane was R&B. It always has been. And
so
then neo
was that
soul.
before hip hop?
Before hip hop.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I was
that's
in
where hip hop comes from.
Yeah, I was in R&B well before hip hop. Matter of fact, when I first started listening to hip hop, Ronnie O. Joe Cooley, Everlasting Bass, my aunt got that for me. Got me that cassette. I couldn't understand it though. I couldn't understand what they were saying because my ears couldn't. It just couldn't digest that. Right. I was so accustomed to, at the time, classical, country, and R&B. Those are things I listened to.
That's what they knew, and that's why they sample it.
Come on.
Why they show love
all the time,
which we appreciate.
That's why I'm here, man.
Shout
out to Soulfood.
Y'all know he touched my soul when he mentioned my sister Mary's, y'all. So let me get it together. I'm so serious. That is like, she's the queen of hip hop and soul. So y'all better go. We're gonna get into a little bit of talk a little later on, but I want to make sure that I give a shout out to my co-host, Mr. Goodbar, and FKJ, who is at the H.E.R concert at the Prevention Center, I believe. So shout out to him. I'm going after this, so I ain't tripping. But I wanted to also thank our guest host, G. Hawkins, for coming in and sitting in and not leaving me by my lonesome today. So anyway, like we were talking about earlier, about love for R&B and hip hop. Of course, I too grew up with my grandparents and come from a musical family. We sing, we play instruments, and that's just what we do, what I grew up around. So me, it was natural. It was from birth. And be it in a car, in the house, that's just what we did. We listened to music. We did that before we talked. We did it before we did anything else. So really, music is just a first love and something that I've just always known. So like when this idea, came to pass, it was like right on spot for me, at least. And I'm just, I'm grateful for the opportunity and everything, and to be able to share it with our viewers and to bring them just some new, fresh, music that you don't hear often, except for on The Remedy every Saturday from 7 to 9. Because he'll kill me if I don't shout him out. So, but you had an interesting pick for the appetizer.
I did. Let's hop into today's appetizer, because that excites me, right? Okay. First and foremost, I love y'all format. Let's just call it a bug, right? Y'all are actually feeding people musically with the appetizer, with the main course, and of course, for those that are you rocking with us right now over there on SoundCloud, I know you love that dessert. I know you getting that good dessert.
Throwback.
I'm just saying, it happens, right? It happens. So this week's appetizer is coming from my main man. That's what I'm going to call him right now.
You know him.
We know him as FKJ. Now, what that stands for, some might not know, is French Kiwi Juice. And he's rocking with us today with a great song called Is Magic Gone? Let's let this rock out for a little bit.
Listen to this, y'all.
It's magical. I've been waiting now for too long. I'll have to tell you now. All my thoughts are flying slowly getting blue.
You hear them keys?
It's magical.
You know what? I am going to say this. I wanted more bass. I wanted him right here to bring in the bass. And I wanted him to boom. I wanted to drop. That's what I wanted on this. It's nice, it's sweet, but I really felt that he could have just really turned this whole instrumental out, because I love the instrumental. This as an instrumental rocks to me, and it's sweet, it's soothing, it's real calm and cool. But he could have really just when he stopped singing, just drop that bass on there or whatever, and maybe put in some more keys, and
You see,
that would have been so dope.
I appreciate where you're coming from, and I actually sit on the other side of this. To me, this was a linear progression for a track, right? So we got his singing, light singing in the beginning, and then you have this instrumentation, which happens to be the keys, and he actually goes into a more melodic solo, right before we get
this
to
drops.
the actual production of the track truly drops in. So for me, it's literally step by step. We're seeing this track build in a way that really spoke to my spirit.
So it wasn't too slow?
Not for me. Because I've full disclosure, right? For those that are tuned in right now, full disclosure, I've rocked with French Kiwi Juice for quite some time with his work with Masego and the stuff that he's done solo. So I have this expectation and this bar that's been set. So I'm okay with his musicality, him saying, you know what? Let me do something strange. Let me take my time on this. Let me bring this in so you can truly enjoy it and enjoy every component versus, boom, here you are in the first 15 seconds. That's what I love about this. French Kiwi Juice. It's the magic gone. Come on. That's what
He
we have
is
to talk
asking
about.
a valid question. He really is. But because he's just repeating it over and over, you know, asking the lady, is the magic gone? Can it get back together or what? But I understand. For me, I don't know. I want more out of the music for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's me comparing him to other artists, and that's the problem, and me not just letting him be him and do him. But it's like it's missing something for me. It doesn't just hit me. It doesn't really strike me. It's something I could just bob my head to, but I don't know if I'll click save on my playlist. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's missing something. It's something in there that's missing. I think I would like it better as a jazz set, as an instrumental. If it was just Alex Burgon playing this,
I got you.
something like that, and Dave Koz, if he was playing this and just putting the horns with it or something like that, I think I would rock with that a little bit better. And it could be through his voice.
Perhaps.
I don't know what it is, but it's something like this. You know how I am with
It's an
artists.
appetizer. That's what it is.
Well, it
It's
is
not the
an
main
appetizer.
course.
No.
Talk about it. It's an appetizer. That's why I was missing something. It ain't the main
It ain't the
course.
main course.
I'ma just paint the
But
picture.
it is to give you, just a preview of what's to come. And to me, I just wanted a little bit more from him. But I like this as an instrumental. It's really sweet, and I love anything that has piano playing in it. So,
Yeah.
but before we move on, we're going to take a break and pay a bill or two, okay? This portion of the show is sponsored by Houston Housewives of Finance. Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33%, or more than 77 million of Americans, don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and adults say they don't have enough savings. Don't become one of the statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshops near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
There it is.
Lady is
Shout out to those ladies. They got my
Yeah.
kids right now. I ain't even got kids yet.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm just saying.
The
Houston
future.
Housewives of Finance. They
Futures
got me
in
straight
our
now.
hands.
Got me straight. So I think we were we're moving into a conversation. I think we'll extend Facebook Live just for a little bit more. So if you tuned in right now via Facebook, we're going to give you a little extra. We're going to give you a little bonus, just a little bit more. So neo soul and R&B today is a very interesting scape.
Yes.
And I want to pose this to you as being a guest on the show. Obviously, you live, breathe. This is your space, right?
Absolutely.
Where do you foresee the road less traveled of neo soul as we do come across these Anderson Paaks, these Masegos, these people who live on these realms or are living straight outside this box that really is hard to slap a label on them? How do you feel about this? Is this a resurgence of neo soul, or is this something totally different?
The thing is that we can't, you can't help but do it, because it's like you hear it.
Sure.
In their music, like I really think Anderson .Paak, because y'all know I'm not a fan. I mean, everybody knows. But it's like he's such a mixture of everything that we know. He's Curtis Mayfield. He's Bootsy Collins. He's a little bit. I mean, he has some originality. I will give him that. But it's just so many different ones wrapped up into one that you're familiar with. You're like, wait a minute, this is such and such. Oh, I've seen this. Or I've heard this. And at the same time, he does kind of do his own thing. It's so much. Sure. It's so much in one. It's like you don't know which way he's going. And that's what people love about him, actually. Yeah. The fact that he's not just this one-dimensional person. He's like kind of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. He can do this. He can do that. Because when Kareem, co-host of That Boom Bap, was here, I asked him, what genre of music would you categorize him in? And he said you can't.
Yeah, very difficult.
Very difficult. And for me, maybe that's the issue. Maybe he's just too all over the place. He's too much of a wild child. You know that, funk when you hear. You say, that's funk. Sure. James Brown, Parliament, that's funk. Michael Jackson, they may say, that's pop. You know what I'm saying? You'll say Luther, that's R&B. Anthony Hamilton, that's neo soul. Who is Anderson .Paak? Masego. I do like Masego, and I also want to point out that these new up-and-coming artists are like in their 20s with this soul.
Yeah. Shout out to Daniel Caesar.
Yes.
In their 20s with the soul.
Her, who's here tonight.
Come on.
Young people, talented, can play instruments, because Anderson .Paak, he plays quite a few, doesn't he? Yeah. He plays
primarily the drums, but yeah, he's all over the place.
And I can respect that. That talent that they have, that they bring, and they write, because we're coming off of a set where rappers and hip hop artists weren't doing that. People were having ghostwriters and all kinds of stuff. They had no talent. Yeah. They couldn't sing. They couldn't bring anything to the table. So I don't know. It may not be fair. It may not be fair that we do that. Sure. But in the same token, it's like, man, you're trying to fill some big shoes, and you're coming up in here with this. You better show respect, or you better, make us sit up and listen. I'm thinking that it's kind of like, I don't know. It's you really got to do them justice if you're gonna come in. They're trying to, they're not creating anything new. I don't think. I think they're just kind of replicating it a little bit. You think it's new?
Well, when the vibe I get from Anderson, we'll talk about this
he's different.
next week. Yeah. The vibe I get from a Masego, a Sir. The vibe I get from her. The vibe I get from a I'm just thinking about some of these Lance Skywalker. The vibe I get from some of Brent Fayez. The vibe I get from some of these artists, even some of the Gold Link stuff. Like it lives so outside of the box that it's so hard for someone like me who enjoys compartmentalizing things. Yeah. It's hard for me to classify. But it still has as I mentioned earlier, the musicality. It still has the things that really pull me in sonically, that I'm tied to these artists, right? I'm making playlists. I'm doing radio. A radio from the internet, which then puts me on to all these other artists I've never heard of. Okay. And it's things like that continue to allow me to grow. So I'm here for it. I'm here for it all.
I like them. I like most of them, actually. But it's just, I don't know. I can't help but compare the two. It's not. Maybe it's not fair.
And then maybe not. But we'll leave that question for Facebook Livers. Let us know what you think. How do you feel about this new age of neo soul and R&B? The people that are coming through. And of course, Monique said everyone doesn't fit in a box. Her opinion, which we definitely like that.
Hey,
at least not feeling that at all.
Oh, hey,
yeah,
Sarah
staying crunk pope. I'm just saying she does. She does. But Facebook Livers, hey, we love y'all. We support y'all because y'all support us. Thank you so much. But guess what, folks? You've got to go subscribe. So head over to sphere.tv/soulfood. We got a few options for you. You can find us on iTunes. I don't need this. Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio. We're anywhere and everywhere podcasts can be found. Now, where you're at those sites, make sure you share us out. Share with your family, your friends. Share with your colleagues. Share with your loved ones. Share with your haters. Share with anyone you know that wants to get that deep down conversation going. Conversation piece. When it surrounds R&B music, when it surrounds the neo soul music, things that really make you go right into the heart of things with the funk and all that other stuff. So make sure you share that out with all those people. And of course, review our show. Let us know how we're doing. Iron sharpens iron. Our goal is to be the best neo soul and R&B podcast you've ever heard.
Absolutely.
So make sure you give us those reviews, hit those stars, those likes, leave those comments so we can continue to build a better show for you all. And last but not least, if you love what we're doing, sow a seed. Head over to sphere.tv/donate.
Yes.
We've got a couple of options right there on the website, a one-time donation, and we've got a donation via Patreon where we're going to be giving you exclusive content that's just for you. Plus, because it's the month of December, we're doing something special for you all. We want you to head over to sphere.tv/hungerthon. Yes. Over there, we're going to be taking donations, and 100% of those donations are going to go to the Why Hunger campaign for their fight against hunger across this world. So if you want to support us for the month of December, go to sphere.tv/hungerthon, and we're doing a special Why Hungerthon campaign. Those dollars are going 100% right over to that campaign so we can fight against hunger, right? We're going to do that. So show's not ending, folks, but make sure you subscribe right here at the Sphere. So let's keep this party rolling. Why you over there cheesing?
No, y'all talk about I'm crunk. Jesus came up in here with that fire, and I'm like, okay, they can't talk about me no more. You notice? Caught us off guard, I'm sure, because they used to this being me, right? Yeah. I didn't pass the torch.
Come on. I love
it.
This is how we host.
You already know.
You rocking with one of the best, kid. I got 300 plus under my belt, my lonesome. Like me now. Rocking with the best, kid. But now we've got a great main course. Oh. You brought about a great main course. Walk us into that.
Well, you know what? And I always talk about my friend Chad Lewis, who is just he knows everything about music. He's just one of those people who you can take anything to him. He's very eclectic. He likes all types, and he sends out playlists every so often. And so Summer Walker's CPR was on the list, and I was like, yo. Her voice, who is this? So of course I had to download it, and I loved her album. So I said, we're going to review that one. I really want to know what people think about her, and I want them to support her. I think she's cool. I think she's a good deal. Good vocalist. I loved it.
Well, that and who this is of course Summer Walker, Last Day of Summer. Let's rock out with this as our main course for the day. So let me tell you something. Can I be honest with you?
Please.
So overall, I think this is it's an album that reminds me of a producer working with an artist exclusively. Not saying that it is, but it reminds me of that.
Meaning what? Like.
And
what
so when I hear the arrangement,
Okay.
when I hear the production techniques and style, the different drum sets that are used, the hi-hats that are used, the strings that are incorporated, when I hear that, I hear a fluid nature across the whole album. We're talking about 12 tracks, right?
Right.
So, and CPR
That's
to
just
me is
long.
one of the best tracks
Yeah.
on this album, this LP here. But I think the challenge for Summer Walker is going to be to get with a conglomerate of producers so that you get a different vibe as you stroll through the album.
So you think it's gonna be a little too consistent? You think?
I think the album is from BP all the way down to Just Like Me. You've got some songs that pull away from it, like Baby.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you're hearing the same melodic tones throughout the whole album, and
So
even today,
she giving us that short day the whole way through.
Yeah, the whole trip. Okay. Lovers Rock the whole way through.
Lovers Rock.
And so like today was a melancholy day, right?
Right.
To me it fit the mood of this album because of the style of bass that they used throughout, right? And the way that her actual vocal tones sound, it lives in this space. So that's what I got on my first listen, and even throughout it I still picked up some favorites like this CPR that we're playing. But I wanted her to challenge herself outside of that same realm of production.
They're trying to let us get to know her.
Perhaps.
That's pretty much everybody wants to set a tone and say, hey, this is me, this is the type of artist I am, and then they kind of go out of the box and start doing X, Y, and Z, you know. But for the most part, I think playing it safe sometimes on the first go round is cool. If it's good music, I think it's all right.
Perhaps. Now, so if that in that situation, I would have preferred this to be in more of an EP form.
Me too.
Right?
Now,
So,
I do think 12 tracks is a bit much.
yeah, because if you're gonna give me this more of this very laid back vibe, I think
yes.
you could have
I
gave
need
me
about
something.
5-6 of them.
You better speak that language.
That's it. I
you could have
totally
gave me
agree.
something that was just as potent.
Right.
You know,
Quick few shots.
coming
and then,
in about 5 or 6 tracks,
and
including
introduce yourself. Now that, yes.
Exactly.
I totally agree with
Yeah,
it.
so that's where I would have felt. And then rolling into Baby, which is what we're rocking in now, I love the fact that it feels like a nostalgic sample, right?
Yeah, it does.
So you're giving me
Absolutely.
that. So that was that one shift that I got on the album. I was like, oh, that's something a little bit different.
Yeah.
And it's arranged very close to
Yeah, it
heading
is.
towards the middle of the album, which to me, I was expecting to continue in that direction, and it didn't.
But it went back.
Yeah, it went back.
It went back. It did. It did.
What do you think about the future of this, Baby?
The future of the single?
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be a good second drop.
Think so?
I think if she dropped CPR, if she followed with Baby, I think that would be good for her, and people would take to it. Like you said, I mean, the beat and the bass in it and everything, the beat's gonna get you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's something you're gonna vibe to when you first hear that come on. You're gonna be like, you're gonna rock to that, and then you're gonna listen to her voice come in.
Yeah. Now here's the caveat. It's 1 minute and 28 seconds. So, and it's one of the best on this album,
And it's
one of the shortest.
And one of the shortest.
So it's like here's an opportunity.
But
Label it an interlude. I'm okay with that. That way I know what to expect.
Label it an
Because
interlude.
now I'm like, give me more of that.
Yeah.
Give me more of
That
that.
was, like you said, one of the better ones. And she had a couple of them that was short. Like, you know, I'm There is short.
Yeah.
What, 154. That's why she should have done the EP.
It should have been better as EP.
Should have done the EP.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I can still respect it. I still rocked it. I was like, okay, you done? Oh, okay, we can go on to the next one. She was like, that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say on that song. Okay. But like you said, as time progresses, she's going to get some people behind her who's going to help her to grow
Executively
and to
produce
improve.
this to say, you know what, that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
do that.
unnecessary.
It's
Yeah.
It's very. We don't need 128 here and there. We don't need the 1 minute songs.
Yeah, no.
You
no.
know,
Label it
only
interlude.
NDRE can drop Beautiful Surprise and it'd be okay. That was 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Anyway, but only she can do that. You can't do that yet. Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
So-
yes, indeed. Well, you know, it is what it is. But here's the thing: this is an opportunity for her to market herself in a proper way.
In a proper way.
Yeah, and speaking of marketing, this particular portion of the show is sponsored by The Sphere.
The Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at The Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv.
There it is.
And there it is.
There it is. But
But
overall,
I like this. You know what? I know.
How you feeling?
And she's like a little LMA. You know, I like her.
So I was staying away from that.
I know.
I was staying away from that because when I do hear
Should
her,
be popular like her.
I hear other artists, and that's that other thing that kind of makes me cringe in my spirit
So
a
you
little
don't know who
bit.
Summer is.
Show me who you are.
Show me who Summer is.
Yeah, give me some
Yeah.
creativity
It was
as
a
an
little too
artist.
Too safe for you?
I wouldn't necessarily say too safe, but what I will say is don't follow what's happening in hip hop where
I
it's
think
okay
she
for
wanted
people to
she
sound
knew-
okay.
She knew that she would be relevant if she did.
Yeah.
And she knew that she would have a hit if she did.
And I think that people aren't thinking very short term when they do that. Long term, think about long term artists are artists that are distinct, right?
And then we still rocking.
So if you've got an issue, and I'm talking to the artists that's listening to this right now, you're listening to this on Spotify, or you're watching this on your couch on YouTube right now, think about your artistry and what you do. Are you a true artist, or is your focus just to be like someone else that you heard? We got to have individualism, folks. That's the need right now.
But I guess how many sounds can you get? We talk about this a lot. The local artists, one sounds like the other. You get on there and they all do the same type of arrangement, and it's repetitive almost. It's like only a couple of them. You know Reggie James when you hear him. You know Just Soul when you hear him.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
Very true.
But they are very, very Anisha Cortez. Very, very
Cookie.
God.
Yeah.
You know them. But some of the others, it's like, okay, same old thing. You know what I mean? I think that's because it's popular. People, flock to it. They like it. They don't get bored. They don't get tired of it.
Here's the flip
They
side.
feed to it.
When I go to, and I keep bringing his name up because I think his album was masterful this year. When I go to a Masego concert, it's packed. It's sold out. He sounds totally different than anybody else. When I go to an
Yes.
Anderson.Pop concert,
Yes.
it's packed. It's sold out. It's totally different than
And
anybody
like
else.
I said, they probably like the wild child in him. A lot of
Perhaps.
people probably do. And he can reach
Mhm.
more than just us.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I think my focus is the individualism. And I think that
Yeah.
what we've seen is artists who are individual, who are distinct, they stand the test of time. And that means that you got to have somebody in your corner that's actually having those conversations with you. If you don't have that conversation piece happening, if nobody's in your corner telling you this, then change your team up.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm just
Well,
dropping gems.
well,
That's what we do.
yeah.
I didn't put my startup master's
But I
hat
mean,
on.
you
I'm
know
just dropped
what?
the gem.
Little chick from around the way. She was working at Target.
Yes,
probably.
indeed.
And then they said, "Hey, girl, sing that tune again. I heard you sing in the bathroom." Straight Empire went cookie line on their ass. And
Indeed.
then said, "Hey, you a star. Okay?
Starra.
You was a star."
Summer Walker, folks. Last day of summer. Put your hands on it. Let us
Please
know what you
do.
think. Shoot us an email.
Yes.
Soulfood@thesphere.tv. We want to
Thank you.
know.
Hit us on Instagram. You know my IG and my Twitter, Miss_Sarah. Anytime you have some music or some ideas or feedback, please do share that with us because we want to talk about it. We want to make sure that we put that out there so we can touch on what's important to you and what you're listening to and what you like or what you want to hear. If Summer Walker isn't your style, cool. Somebody else might feel it, but we're gonna keep giving you something new. We're still going to keep that in rotation, the artists who are just kind of left behind, okay?
That's right. We're going to do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of artists, you
Yes.
talked about something that was happening here in Houston right
Yeah.
now. Something that we're both headed to
Yeah.
in T-minus, a few of them. Am I right?
I mean,
Which brings us to the dessert of
Yes.
this show.
y'all ready?
Are you ready?
I think so.
Now tell me, don't say the name yet, but tell me why you picked this particular artist.
She was in town.
That was it.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what you like about this
Okay, I
particular
do that.
artist. Okay.
Well, what I like about the artist is, to me, she is exactly what you said you want. She's original. She plays instruments. She writes. Her collabos are fire.
Talk about it.
She will make you like artists like Khalid.
Very true.
That single that she has with him is fire. And we actually played it here on the Soulfood podcast, and we loved it. We were shocked. We were like, damn, we like a Khalid song? But it was featuring this lady, this talented 21-year-old who has so much soul in her and so much wisdom. And she's an old soul, man. She just come from, that old school love and that old school sound that you just crave, and that we were like, thank God it's been restored. I lost faith. I ain't tripping. But I was like, man, we ain't going to never get good music back. We just going to have to go on back to our CDs, see if they're going to make them or keep the DVDs playing. And look at here.
Look at here.
Look at what we got.
And this is what we got. We're talking about her. H.E.R. And this is Focus.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Let's rock out a little bit.
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me? Hands in the soap, how the faucet's running and I keep looking at you. Stuck on your phone or you're stuck in your zone. And you don't ever cook, but I don't wanna give up. Baby, I just want you to get up. Lately I've been a little fed up. Wish you would just focus on me. Can you focus on
I mean, the
What
mode that
more
this put you
can
in.
you ask?
Come on. This I'm thinking about dessert right now.
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm just saying that's probably a little bit too much for some of the kiddies out there.
And
I'm
she
just saying.
said, it ain't that he lazy and broke. He make that money. I guess I can't complain. I like the birds. I dissect everything, y'all. But it's just that, and she pleading. She begging.
Yeah.
She said, pay me some attention. Talk to me. Look at me. Say something.
That's important.
You act as though I'm not even here. You know what I mean? And that's also the girl 21. What she know? She 21. Also, we all can relate. We all feel that. And then the manner in which she gave it, deliverance.
Come on.
What? What? You can rock this. And I chose this one because she has like everything on that is fire. Everything on that album is fire. But I chose this one because it's more into, it was kind of in tune with Summer Walker, some of her singles actually that she had on there, like Baby and H.E.R. and everything like that. But it was just touching on women and how they long for their man to be a little bit more attentive, and to, I'm always preaching that, and just to feel them and to acknowledge them. I just felt that y'all needed to hear that today. I don't know, I'm trying to help somebody. It might be you.
Somebody got blessed.
Somebody.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Yes. So, what? This is my part.
Can't you see?
Yes. She said, I just want to love you, baby.
So true. You took all the words out.
And then, ooh, then on out. That's
on
it.
out of there.
On out of there. You know what? That's why we love her. That's why her shows stay packed. That's why people go and she sells out. She's been here about 3 times this year already. Thank you. And you know what? That's and all of her shows sell out because of stuff like that, music, words like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is about, y'all. Feeding your soul. Feed it.
It's mad important. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, this type of music, I think that once that soul has been fed, when you have had a full plate, so to speak, and you're after that dessert, that's when you decide to smile.
Absolutely.
And this particular portion of the show was sponsored by Elite Dental Wellness.
Yes.
So, at Elite Dental Wellness, our vision is to create a welcoming practice that will offer exceptional dental care and a lifetime of dental wellness. We're committed to the finest possible oral care and overall health and well-being of our patients. Elite Dental Wellness is built upon a foundation of integrity, expertise, and service. Throughout our commitment to modern dentistry, continuing education, and a friendly atmosphere, we strive to make our patients feel that they are part of our family. Dentistry can be scary, daunting, and uncomfortable, but Dr. Batiste and her team work tirelessly to ensure your comfort. Make your appointment today with Dr. H.E.R Batiste at Elite Dental Wellness by calling 713-789-8680. And if you mention a Sphere, you receive a free 10% off your first dental treatment.
Ouchie!
Why not? That's free stuff. My dear, this has been excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I know, because I said, I hope we can do the show. And he stepped in like a G.
Yeah.
That's how I did it.
I was excited to do it. I've been wanting to do this for so long.
I know, and then you just get me.
No, it's
Look at
fine.
you.
It's fine. I was
Look
just
at
trying not
you.
to come in here and be like, we're going to do it this way and do it that way.
No, I'm coming to
trying
listen to some music and talk about it.
Come on. That's how it's supposed
I
to
love
be.
this. You know I love this show.
That's how it's supposed
We going
to
some
be.
places, y'all. I'm telling you. I don't know. We going to get you there. Okay? It's going to maybe be a little rocky road because, you know, as we get a little off sometimes. We get off task because we get in here and get to talking. But we going places, y'all. I'm serious. This is going to be taken to the next level. 2019 is going to be awesome. I really, really, really want you to believe in that and to subscribe and to hang with us. This entire ride, this journey that we're about to take you on is about to be fire. Unbelievable. And we can't thank you enough for subscribing, for tuning in, for being a Patreon, right?
Indeed. Always, man. Make sure y'all check out the Patreon.
Yes.
Spirit.tv/Patreon. We're going to have that exclusive content that's just for you all, those that support us, because we support you all. But thank you again. I truly appreciate it, my
you.
dear. Thank you so much for those that are tuned in. If you need to reach me anywhere online, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with a Z.
And me, Miss Sarah, Miss_Sarah, that is, on my IG and my Twitter, baby. Hit me up as long as you ain't selling hair weave. You know the deal. So until next time, next Thursday, when we all meet together again. Ooh, next week is gonna be fire.
Don't even tell them. It's gonna be so fire.
Y'all have to.
Oh my.
Have to.
Oh my.
Tune in next week. I promise. I mean, I swear to God, y'all ain't gonna even be able to take it because it's gonna be some foolery up in here. I don't know if an hour won't be long enough. I swear. But just trust me on this. Next week is gonna be fire. So please tune in. But as for now, Miss Sarah, saying peace, goodbye,
Peace.
love, thank you.